What is up, guys? FallenRedZeo here doing another Power Ranger set. This time we have the Power Rangers Lightning Collection, Lost Galaxy Red Ranger and In Space Psycho Red Ranger. This new 2-pack. It's not exclusive or anything, so you can probably find this just about anywhere, and I hope you do if you're really interested, because this is a cool looking pack altogether. So it's really cool to see the Lost Galaxy Red Ranger here finally in a figure form like this. Then of course we're getting the Psycho Rangers once again, which I didn't get them last time, and I'm kind of happy now because now I can get these new versions that look, much better and everything. So I'm super excited to get this. So obviously on the front of the package you can see each of the Rangers, helmet there around to the side, and a little action pose there on the back of both of them. Looks pretty dang cool. I'm super excited for this. So let's go ahead and get into it. So here we go, and so these guys look pretty dang cool here together and stuff. They of course have some issues as usual that you get with these Lightning Collection figures, but I think overall they look pretty good, especially just standing on a shelf and stuff. They look amazing, but it's when you get up close and look at the details and everything you find some issues out with these figures. But we'll go ahead and move the Psycho side and start with just the Red Ranger here. And so again, look pretty cool, simple and basic outfit design stuff, as most of the Power Rangers are. Not getting into anything too fancy and stylistic. That's more what the Psycho Ranger is for, so that looks really cool on him. But of course this is the Lost Galaxy Red Ranger, whose real name was Leo Corbett, so that's his real name. Again, I used to really like Lost Galaxy. It was one of my favorite seasons when I was a kid. I haven't seen it since then, so I don't know how good it holds up or anything, but I used to have a lot of toys from it. I love the Megazord from their season and stuff, and so it's just really cool to have a Red Ranger version here. Of course he was a lion, or Lion Galactabeast was his Zord and stuff, so his helmet design's kind of based off a lion there with the two green eyes, and then it's supposed to be like the lion's mane hair going back there with the yellow stripes. So I like that design a lot there and everything. And of course the solid rectangle black band there for the visor and the mouth and stuff. As usual, Power Ranger helmet on this figure, it does seem a little bit oversized though. It just kind of looks a little odd size wise. From a distance it doesn't seem too bad, but it just seems just a little tiny bit too big, so they maybe went over a little bit on that. But then on the upper part here of him, you can see we have the white section, and then it's got the black zigzags, kind of like Charlie Brown's shirt. So the black zigzag there, and of course carries on over to the gloves and the boots as well, and then he's just red everywhere else, so the red arms and the red legs there. So it's pretty like I said, basic design, but I like it overall. Just separates the colors out and everything, just keeps it looking a little bit different. It's got a belt on there with the logo, I assume it's Lost Galaxy style logo, a holster here for his weapon, and then again the gloves and the boots that are white with the black zigzag. So looks like I said, pretty decent overall. Again, not the most dynamic looking figure, but it looks pretty good overall. So as usual for him, of course the head can twist around and non stuff, so we got some good movements on the head there. It does have a butterfly joint here at the shoulders, and then the shoulder can move up, and you kind of have to push it down a little as usual shoulders just to get a little bit more range of movement, but otherwise it would just go up about there and kind of stops you. If you push it down you can get a little bit higher, but then it has the bicep twist. Oh, and the shoulder can obviously rotate all the way around. Then it's got a double elbow joint, and then the wrist that can of course twist around and flex, and has a grip hand on both hands there. And then we've got his ab crunch and twist, so again right under his chest they have the crunch here, or that can crunch, and then it also rotates all the way around, so again some good waist movements and stuff going on there for that. And then it has the additional crunch lower down, as you can see the section here, and so you can crunch that there as well, so you get some really good poses. You can bend back quite a bit and everything. Again, there was some paint issues revealed there from the belt. Obviously the belt's got some issues too with the gold. Then we got the legs. They come out a little less than 90, or a lot less than 90, not very much at all, out to the side. And of course they have some good rotational movements and stuff for posing and everything. Has the thigh twist, but on this leg unfortunately I don't know what they did, but the leg is not the right size. So if we line up the lines there, it's pretty smooth and then accurate on the front. There's a little bit of a gap there. It's probably just from package stretching, but then there's a lip back here on the back, and it's only on that side. On this side it's flush and everything, but on the back side here there is a lip, so they messed up a little bit on the legs back here for some reason. But anyways, we have the double knee joint, twist right at the boot, so the top of the boot, and then the foot obviously can flex and then twist side to side. So pretty great looking figure there. Again, there are some paint issues of course with the white here at the top by the gloves and stuff, painting around the neck. Just anytime where you go from one color to another, there's usually going to be some sort of paint issue going on, so it's kind of unfortunate. But again, for a $20 figure you can't really expect too much more. It'd just be nice though if they had a perfect paint job going on. Then of course he comes with a bunch of accessories, so go and start. He has an unmasked head here, so we have the face there, and I've not seen Lost Galaxy in forever. I'm not super familiar with it, but looking up, this guy is Danny Slavin, which played Leo Corbett. So there's a look at his face. It looks pretty good. good and accurate. No, face overall doesn't look too bad, doesn't look too weird or anything. And then compared to the pictures I saw of the actor and stuff, looks pretty accurate. I think it's a pretty good looking face and stuff, looks pretty nice and everything. But of course we have the unmasked head that you can put on there, but again, I hate unmasked heads on Power Rangers, so I don't like that too much. We get some hands here, so we got a fist here for the left hand, and then of course the like stop hand or whatever you want to go, the bring it on hand like that for the right side there. And then we get the weapon. So here we have a retracted version of the Quasar Saber, so it's their weapon that gives them the power. Of course they pull it out of the rock, kind of like King Arthur and stuff, but they have the saber here, so this is its, like I said, retracted version into like a little saber or a dagger and stuff, and this goes into the holster here. And I like this a lot that they done the figure. It fits in perfectly, so the little piece here snaps right into this joint stuff, so it kind of pops it in. It has the little opening down here at the bottom, perfectly fit in the little triangle design there and stuff. So it's just a really nice holder that fits this in really well, so I really like how much they designed that in the detail. And then we get the actual Quasar Saber here all extended out and everything, so there's what it looks like. As you can see, the exact same details from the sword, just obviously these fan out and then the sword extends up there, so it looks pretty nice. Again, I like the design. You can see even the kind of like the lion head there in like the center, so it'd be like the power coin and stuff, and this looks really nice. Then of course it also comes with an effect with the new Hasbro effects and stuff. You just take it and there's a hole in the bottom and you just slide it into it and it pops right in, kind of probably locking around the top up there, so you get this nice like flaming sword thing. So we can take it and pop it right into his hands. I assume he'll have some standing issues with the weight of this, but it looks super cool. It's sort of this big giant flaming sword and everything there like that. Looks pretty dang cool. So that is awesome there for the Lost Galaxy Red Ranger. And then we got the Psycho Ranger, which they're based from in space, but they did appear in one episode of a Lost Galaxy in a team up episode. But these guys look super cool. So obviously they look too cool to be Power Rangers, so they have to be a villain and everything, but they just look so cool. I didn't look it up though if they were like maybe a Ranger set in Super Sentai, or they could just be evil in that as well, but it just looks super cool. These guys just look so awesome in the all black and stuff, have the red detailing and some white as well mixed into them. Just looks cool. Of course you can see what really notices his effect is already on his hand, and that's pretty much the basic hand he comes with. Here's an open hand with the like electricity or whatever coming off of it with the green. It looks pretty cool and stuff, so we already see his special effects there, but overall it looks pretty cool. So I like the helmet design. Looks rather buggish and stuff, the way the mouth is designed and stuff, and the big eyes, has the fins coming off the top of the head with the red there. Of course there is some issues with the paint there going on the visor. Again, there's always going to be stuff that kind of scrapes off a little bit, but I like the rest of the black helmet going down into the black suit. I like the white trim around the neck, the red shoulder pads coming out and around, looks almost like bat wings the way they're designed, the red trim along the side, of course, with the black in the center. I like all the little like spikes all over them, so you have the spikes here on the shoulder pads down the front and stuff, even there on his hands. Again, I don't know if they're spikes or just studs or something, but the whole silver painting there on them just looks super cool. It looks like that may be a paint issue there on the end of his finger. I don't know how you get white all the way up there, but they did for that. But yeah, just look, I love the whole look and the design, like I said, with like the studs or spikes or whatever, the white gauntlets here on the side with the red, on each side, then the white on the side of his trunks here as well. Of course, the big belt there looks almost like an N. Again, I don't know Super Sentai wise what these are from, but still looks cool. Again, more studs there right on his crotch. Black leggings down into the boots at the top where they have, additional armor pieces with the white as well, with the red details here on the side. So it looks pretty cool. And again, I like the look, especially, up here at the top, which again, I don't know if you guys can see that or not in the camera, but again, looks like leather. The like wrinkles and stuff they put into it look leathery, but again, looks just super cool overall. These things just look absolutely amazing. Again, there's paint issues that we'll see as we go through and everything, but for joint wise, of course, it's going to be the same. So the head, the shoulders, there is limitation on the shoulders though. Even if you push it down a little bit, you still don't get much farther up, but again, then you're running the issues with the spikes and stuff. Has the bicep twist, double elbow, wrist can twist and flex. We have the ab crunching in, so the crunch and twist, and the additional crunch there. Then the legs can move out, just about the same there, closer to 90 degrees back a little bit. Thigh twist, double knee joint hidden behind the boot there, and then the foot can flex and twist side to side. But besides that, this thing just looks super amazing, and I'm super excited to finally have a Psycho Ranger here. So he comes with some accessories of 2 hands. We got a fist hand here for the left, so instead of the grip hand, and then we have a grip hand for the right instead of the hand here with the effect on it and stuff, again with the electricity. And then he comes comes with his sword as well, his Psycho sword. And again, this looks pretty cool. It's a weird, interesting looking sword. I like the whole hilt here with the spiral around and stuff. That looks super awesome. And actually, this moves back and forth a little bit, so that's kind of weird that it has that effect. But I like the whole red here in the center of the like black blade or obsidian line. I don't know what you call it. It's a weird off color, but it looks just super cool, fading into the white at the top with the point. And again, has the same logo from the belt on it. So again, this is from In Space, is what the Psycho Rangers are from. And so he was created by one of the villains, and he was based off Andros. So he has kind of all the exact same stuff as Andros, which was the red In Space Ranger. So he's based off of him, like in every way, the way he fights and everything. And then this is also to counteract Andros's sword, and so that's why he gets this sword as well. Again, as I mentioned, they were in an episode of Lost Galaxy when there was a team up between In Space and Lost Galaxy for an episode, and the Psycho Rangers came back to be the villain for that. So that looks pretty cool there with the sword in his hand and everything. So that looks pretty dang cool, and that means that's it for this set of the Lost Galaxy Red Ranger and In Space Psycho Ranger. Of course, their little face off here. It's pretty cool though that they made this team up, you know, because of that one episode and stuff. So they put these two together, and of course there are more Psycho Rangers coming out. We have the Blue Order that should be arriving sometime soon, so you'll see a video on that as well. So it's pretty dang cool to have this 2-pack deck, mostly for the Lost Galaxy for me, but the Psycho is cool too to have that. So because of this, I want to get the blue and everything else as well. So now if they make more, I've got to get them. So I've kind of been pulled into the Psycho Rangers this time around, but still pretty cool set for these two guys here to be a face-off team together and everything, and pretty cool that we're finally able to get it. So again, I hope you are too. But that's it for this episode. If you enjoyed, let me know in the comments down below. Let me know if you enjoy these figures or if you got them as well. Let me know in the comments down below. Of course, don't forget to leave a thumbs up and then subscribe to the channel. Hit that subscribe button down below. Thank you all so much for checking this video out and looking at these Rangers here with me today. Thank you all so much, and I'll see you next time.